What's going on? It's a Blockable right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now, today we have got some massive chart analysis coming, so stay tuned. Make sure you grab your popcorn, make yourself a cup of tea, whatever tickles your fancy, because we are going to get into the charts very shortly. But these crypto plans are being selling like hotcakes because we are aware, again, using the Harvard study scientific explanation, that individuals that tend to write their plans down are 30 times more likely to execute their goals than simply not having any plans whatsoever. So we have got the XDC and the XRP plan. If you do combine them in your basket, you'll get an automatic 10% discount. In my opinion, XDC is going to be the best for returns on investments. However, having said that, XRP plan is going to be the most accurate to follow. The reason being is because XRP has been around significantly longer than XDC, so we've got more data to play from. So XRP plan is more accurate, whereas XDC, in my view, has better return on investments, which is why I recommend purchasing both of them together if you need a plan, that is. So going over to my Twitter X account, so I shared this morning. We're looking at $1.96, which is inbound on the sort of 24th of November. That's just going from historical data from the previous cycle. I do believe this cycle is a mixture of the previous one and also the super cycle, which we experienced back in the 17-18. Okay, so I've also posted this out as well. Where are we now? So I'm actually gassed. I was gassed this morning when I posted this. So this could be the second biggest discovery after the time analysis. All the time analysis is in those XRP plans. So that went viral. The charts, the videos, everything that I was doing over on X absolutely blew out. My channel over on YouTube isn't as big, so if you could like and subscribe to the video now, that would be absolutely brilliant. So let's have a look at the fractal. Where are we now? So the fractal, what I'm going to look at, let's just dive into the charts now. We're going to go into the hourly. So this is what I posted. So this has had a lot of attention over on X. So I've literally copied the fractal here of this current sort of price action here. Now, what happens is with algorithms and any sort of price action, every crypto kind of operates to its own tune. Okay, so what happens is these patterns actually play out on the smaller time frames, and then what happens is when you go up to the daily and the weekly, the patterns repeat. They don't necessarily repeat, but they rhyme, because what they say is history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes, and it does. So the fractals aren't exactly the same. However, they do mark out the tops and the bottoms of each cycle. So this right here is the hourly time frame. So I want you to kind of take a sort of mental picture, screenshot that in your head to where that is playing out. But currently we're looking at getting up to this 1 peak, 2 peak, 3 peak, which is what's happening at the moment on the hourly. Now, if we go over to the sort of macro, this is now weekly. This is 1 peak, 2 peak, 3 peak, and this is exactly where XRP is trading at the moment. We're looking to take out these 3 peaks. So that would be the equivalent of XRP taking out 1 peak, 2 peak, 3 peak. So this is why it's so important, because the charts are actually speaking to us metaphorically what is going to happen on the macro time frame, guys. So we need to be watching now as this next week unfolds. These are hourly candles, so we need to see where XRP gets up, and whatever fractal plays out over this following week on this sort of hourly time frame. What we will be looking to do is copying that across to the weekly. Now, if we get up to $1.96 by the sort of 24th of November, which is what I'm also predicting as well. That's not me just saying, oh, I think this is what's going to happen, just speculating. This is based on historical data, which happened in the previous cycle. Now, people are saying, oh, why are you not looking at the 17-18 cycle? Well, I am. That's how I've formulated a proper crypto plan that is blowing up. Okay, so I believe this current cycle is a mixture of the previous 2 cycles, which are also patterns. Now, the reason why I believe there's going to be $1.96 and then capitulation is because that's what happened in the previous cycle. So what the charts are trying to do is trick us into believing this is a 2021 cycle, but we all know it isn't, because we all seen that symmetrical triangle on the 6.5, 7 years worth of build up. They're not going to fool us in that capacity. Okay, but ultimately XRP, this yellow fractal here, this is from this other chart here on the hourly, and you can see it is pretty much damn good. Again, it's not exactly correct. Again, it rhymes. It doesn't repeat. Now, if I go over to, you can see right here, for example, the highs here. This is where these yellow lines are coming in. Now, these fractals don't account for wick, so that's pretty much the high. And you can see this wick down here, and you can see this yellow bar down here. So yes, it didn't happen at the exact same time, but it basically marked out the bottom, and that's all we're interested in as traders and investors. We're interested in where the lows are for entries and where the highs are for our exit positions, where we want to take profits before the market spanks us and takes back all the gains that it has, favorably given to us. So this is what we're looking out for now. So this is why this week is so important on the smaller time frames now, because we will see what is playing out. Now, I do believe we should get up to back up to around, I would say about 117. If we take out these sort of hourly closes here from one peak, two peak, that would be exactly the same. That would be the equivalent on the macro chart of this one peak, two peak, three peak. So on this one here, we're looking around $1.55. So if that happens, we could even go higher up to $1.96 where this wick was. So this is what we're looking out for now. So if we take out these wicks here at about $1.18, if we're going to trigger to $1.18, $1.19, I would then expect a capitulation, because that would marry up perfectly with us hitting 196 on the macro, then capitulating down to 50 cent, and then that's when we get the breakout to the upside, and that's when we go on that massive run. So this is what I'm looking out for now, guys. I'm looking at specifically for about 118. I'm going to say a little bit higher, guys, to try and be as accurate as possible. But I'm looking at around $1.19, $1.20 before we capitulate into the peak here. And we'll probably fall back down to about $1.08. Okay, once that takes place, then we can rally up, and that'll be the fractal where this super cycle takes us on the macro time frame. Now, I hope that all makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. I do understand I am going very, very fast, but I've only got a limited amount of time to get that all out there. Again, if you're unsure, make sure you're subscribed, click the notification bell on here. I'll also be keeping you guys up to date over on X. So if you're not on X, make sure you get on X, because that's where 80% of the crypto community is. It's over on Twitter. So I'm at the Block Bull. Make sure you follow me. Like I said, I'll keep you up to date with these fractals playing out. But yeah, just quick reminder, if you need a plan, XRP XDC plan is there, 10% to be had. So I'll link below in the description if you guys need a plan. But yeah, I've been the Block Bull. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Take it easy. Block Bull over and out.